You are curating a very special exhibition about the future in a way. What is it about?
So the exhibition is entitled in English, The World Through AI, and it gathers the work of about 40 artists who during the last 10 years have reacted to the increasing presence of AI across all layers of society, culture, economics. And we have works that span a decade from 2016 to today. In some cases, about a quarter of the works are new productions, and they all tell us of a new landscape in which we basically experience the world through AI, meaning through the prism of algorithms, models that intervene in all layers of our daily lives, in our ways of thinking, writing, producing images, sounds, texts, and so on. And we pay a lot of attention to the political, social, environmental implications of AI. So this exhibition is not a kind of technophilic celebration of AI. It's an attempt to assess what it means to live in a world in which these models are increasingly present. We have artists exploring also what it means to co-create with AI models, what it means to delegate part of the thinking process, the image generating process to different kinds of models. So in a way, it is an exhibition also about the future, even though this is a context, a technological context that is evolving so quickly that it is almost impossible to make any kind of predictions between maybe beyond a year or two, I guess.
But it's not easy to choose artists today, because there's some famous artists like Refik Anadol or...
Yeah. We tried to choose artists who have a critical approach to AI. And by critical, I don't necessarily mean negative, I mean reflexive, an approach that is really aware of the implications of AI and not just in a kind of technophilic exploration of the possibilities of the medium. We also didn't want to exhibit too much artists that work in a way too closely with certain of the leading companies of AI, which is also the case of Refik Anadol, working a lot with Google, with NVIDIA. We have artists who work really kind of independently. In some cases, they train their own models with their own images, and in many cases, they show other ways of using AI beyond the ones that are suggested by the leading giant tech companies.
Is it the first aesthetic/intellectual exhibition about AI in the history?
No, there has been a number, not very large number of exhibitions. I remember before the one called AI More Than Human at the Barbican Center in 2018, which then traveled to Barcelona. But in many cases, these exhibitions were not just exhibitions tackling AI from an artistic point of view. They were mostly exhibition mixing technology, art, social issues, exhibitions of a kind that you would not find at the Judith. Here, we decided to really tackle AI from many points of view, but also always through some artworks. We have many different artworks with different media, some of them using AI, some others tackling AI, but not necessarily with AI. And we also have these time capsules, which are these moments in the exhibition in which the vitrines contain some historical objects that open up forays into the past, into a kind of archaeological, genealogical past. And for example, when we talk about machine vision, we try to show how this idea of automatizing visual perception is not new, but it actually goes back at least a century, and we trace some steps of this idea for the 20th century.
But you're an art historian, and you in your mind, there's a parallel situation between the 20s with the massive arrival of cinema and photography in the everyday life of the citizen, and today. Can you explain?
Yes, I dedicated a lot of years in the past to studying a number of artists, photographers, filmmakers from the 1920s people like Moholy-Nagy, Dziga Vertov, Sergei Eisenstein, Walter Benjamin, and I noticed that there are some very interesting analogies between now and then, because the 1920s were a moment of technological rupture, a moment in which cinema moves from being a medium that has only been used a few times here and there to becoming a real mass medium. Radio becomes to be very, very popular during the 20s. Photography starts really spreading around across journals, newspapers, and so it was one of these moments of technological rupture that happened every now and then. Another one was, of course, the 1990s with the arrival of the digital media, internet, and so on. And this is a moment of technological rupture, which is happening at the pace that has no precedent in history. It's happening much, much faster.
Yes.
And that was one of the challenges in working on an exhibition on a topic that keep on transforming under your eyes.
And last question, people are worrying now a lot about AI. So are you?
Yes, in many cases I am. I think that we are really kind of blindfoldedly advancing into a future that we do not really control very much. And I think that a lot of the works here partake in this, in this anxiety, in this preoccupation. At the same time, I think that the more we know about AI, the more we know about what it can do, what it can't do, and so on, the more we can somehow be protagonists in this situation and not just, in a way, passive onlookers.
Consumers.
Exactly. So this is very much an exhibition that advocates for a better understanding of AI in the hope of being able to avoid some of the real problems that it may cause in environmental terms, political terms, social terms, and so on.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.